In 2022, New York State, where most of these crimes happened, they passed legislation called the Adult Survivors Act. The Adult Survivors Act allows victims of SA a 1-year window to sue, even if the statute of limitations had run out. Even if the SA happened way back in the 90s, victims could still sue for it during this 1-year window. And that changes everything. And so, kaboom, Cassie suddenly hits Diddy with a lawsuit, accusing him of abuse and SA. And one day, after she files the suit against him, he makes her a huge settlement offer, and she accepts it. So they settle out of court for what I imagine is an astronomical amount of money. But then, about a week later, bam, Diddy is hit with another lawsuit by Joy. And the same day, pow, Lisa sues him for SAing her too. Then, Lil Rod sues him, and eventually, Anonymous sues him as well. Oh, and it's not just them. The lawsuits just keep coming in. And Diddy and his attorneys, they're denying any wrongdoing, but the headlines are just dominating the news. Okay, but then it gets even worse for Diddy, because the feds step in. Now, they've been investigating him for a long while, for sex trafficking and for some other stuff. And once they have enough probable cause, kaboom, Homeland Security raids Diddy's properties in LA and Miami. And they find a bunch of stuff there, like drugs and like 1,000 bottles of baby oil, literally 1,000 bottles of baby oil, which I guess he used at those freak-off parties. I don't know, I'm not a baby oil person. But anyway, all of this is making the news, and these stories and these accusations are blowing up. And people are like, yo, did Diddy really do all this crazy stuff that he's being accused of? Surely not. But then CNN gets a hold of that hotel security footage of that time he assaulted Cassie, and they release it to the public. And so the world finally gets to see what an awful person he is. And so now Diddy has to go and like post a video on his Instagram making this big apology.
Not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
And while he does apologize for what he did to Cassie and he tries to get the public back on his side, it just doesn't work. Diddy is officially a meme, synonymous with sexual misconduct. And even if he did somehow get the public back on his side, it doesn't matter, because the feds are still very much investigating him. And so, boom, they finally arrest him. And he's charged with sex trafficking and racketeering and transportation to engage in prostitution? Jeez. Now, in this video, I only talked about a few of the accusations and a few of the lawsuits he's involved in, the major ones. But at this point, Diddy's been hit with literally dozens of other lawsuits involving SA and other things that I didn't even get a chance to talk about. And allegedly, there are as many as 120 more lawsuits coming. 120. And I couldn't possibly make a video long enough to cover all of these accusations. Like, I don't have the budget for that. So that being said, this video is only a fraction of what he's been accused of, and hopefully we'll cover more next year when he actually goes to trial.